Hi, it's Rick Storley with New Home Sales Coach, and we're back with the 66-day challenge answering the questions, how much can you increase your margins, leads, and sales in just 66 days? Now, the challenge is broken into three parts. We're on part 2 in the advertising generating leads section, and as part of week 5, we're asking the question, why would a prospect come back to my website? Now, this is all about creating and having relevant information that your prospect would want as part of their research process on your website. Let's take a closer look. When we're coming up with the information that we want to put forth on our websites, we've got to ask ourselves a couple of questions. The first is, what do we want our visitor to do? So normally, there are four different things they could do on a website. They could click through, perhaps send us an email. They could call us. They could come by our model home. And we're also looking to build value. And a lot of builders try to do that, or remodelers do that by saying, hey, look, we've got all this experience. We've done this many projects. We've won these awards. And they put all this great, well, it's great, they think it's great, but it's actually crappy web copy that nobody reads together. Nobody reads when they're on your website. So what do you want your visitor to do? Now here's what happens. There's 5 parts of the sales process. Number 1 is she gets the idea that she wants to build a new home, she wants to sell her current home, she wants to remodel her home, and then she starts going through a research process. And so what happens normally is we're looking for someone that wants to make their purchase. So we want them to say call or email us to come by our model home. We want them to read our about page and say how great we are. But what happens is somebody does not do that. They gather information, and then maybe or maybe not we're part of their equation. By the time they get to us and they're ready to purchase, there's no relationship, there's no trust, there's no value built, and so we're just a number. So what I'm suggesting we want to focus on is get them to click and not necessarily contact you, but click and ask for some information as part of their research process. So we got to provide them some relevant information. Now take a look at this particular Google Analytics. And by the way, if you have not installed Google Analytics on your website, get that done right away. If you need some help doing that, email me. I have a guy that can do that for you really simply. And this is just measuring how many people are coming to your website and what they're looking at on your website. So this is the specific analytics for a home builder. And in this particular case, they were focusing on their photo page, where their current locations are, their indexes, that's their home page, so they're landing on the home page. And then this was a particular location within their model locations. Notice they're not nowhere near the About Us page. And so when we go ahead and we put together our information, we want to focus on educating them along with building confidence to take that next step. So that would be through our testimonials and things. We're not going to focus a whole lot on testimonials today, but more focusing on the relevant content, that education that you can give them. All right. So a couple of things for site designs must-haves. Number 1 is at the top of your website, you need to make sure that you put your marketing message. Now you've already worked on that. You should have something there, but make sure it's up there. This is going to be all built around your on-site sales process, is that people understand how you're different right away. And then number 2, very simply, just make sure you keep your navigation bar at the top. Now notice this navigation bar too. What we've done is we know what buttons are used, or I should say, what spots on the website are most used. And so because people read left to right, we've put the most used buttons on the left all the way to the right. So notice the Contact Us button is the least used button. It's all the way to the right. But the Neighborhoods and Models page, Homes Available Now, the Design Library, the Photos page, our blog, those are all the most used pages. And so we're going to keep those to the left. The other thing that you're going to want to make sure you have on your homepage, and we've talked about this as part of our video section on the Game Day Coaching membership site, is have a video introduction on your homepage. There's a specific section in the Circle of Experts mastermind meeting section where Shay Schwartzman talks about how to create a homepage video. It doesn't have to be very long. You can do it yourself, but specifically, what do you want your prospect to do while they're on your website? And that's going to be directing them to take some sort of a specific call to action. Okay, we're going to come back in the next couple of videos and we're going to talk about home builder relevant pages you need to have and remodeling relevant pages you need to have. Happy selling.